Do you hear that? The creep upon my cellar stairs? I lie awake tonight with a fright in my heart and a creep upon my cellar stairs. The young girl muttered into the belly of her own teddy bear. A fearful groan erupted as soon as she heard it once again. Did you hear that? That creep is upon my kitchen floor. Woe was her to have this fear, to hear the creep beyond her door. Juliette was 12, modest and kind, however cowardly as a mouse and not inclined to investigate the bumps in deep of the dark night. No daddy to call on, no mother that worked. Juliette sat listening for that which lurked. Only for a minute, as silence fell again, she heard the creak as an obvious strain. Do you hear it? She roared. The creep is upon my living room floor. Slipping from the safety of the warm, snug bed, she crept over so slowly, but she only felt dread. As beyond the door and down the hall, she knew that what awaited, and up upon crawled through the deep, dark night. Minutes passed without a breath, until a girl fell into her knees and whimpered, for she feared her death from her place upon the floor. She heard a creak as before. Did you hear it? The creep was upon the very hall, no doubt to pounce on us all. The girl did cry, fear rising within. She clutched her bear and listened for the thing. Silence. The trembling figure sat upon her floor, unable to move, to think, to breathe, until she at last shook her head. I cannot hear it. The creep upon my cellar stairs must have been the wind, the living room a playful mouse, and in the hall a house that creaked, but no bear, not the creep. Standing without fear, she strode up from her bedroom door, placed her hand upon the knob and began to turn. She knew the score. Creak! Leaping back, she knew without a doubt something was without, not wind nor mouse and not a creak. It was a creep beyond the door. She knew this now, like before. She fell onto her bedroom floor, so scared that her tears did pour onto the deep, dark night. She stared at her bedroom door. She thought of all of the heartless gore to be visited upon her when she opened that door. Silence. Without another thought, she rose, strode to the door and pulled it and froze, expecting it the worst. She only saw her bedroom light, casting two shadows in the deep, dark night. With deep sigh, closed the door and turned back to her bed, seeing one shadow and hearing a creak, croak, or crack. Did you hear that? The creep was all in my head. I woke up from my bed and feared what's not there. I am not the silliest girl ever bare. Teddy Bear then watched as the world with unseeing eyes that reflected the room and could not disguise. As with them, Juliette saw the most horrifying sight, and suddenly the creaking was heard in the night. Oh, Teddy, why could you not say, how foolish I have been this day? The deep creep is real, and here it is now. I see it there below your brow. What I thought to be upon the floor was by my side. As I watched and I cried, the light in the hall shall have not been my warning. I shan't have left it in the morning. The creep was real, that was for sure. The creaking and cracking was simply a lure, for reflected in the little bear's eyes, nothing was seen but the evil creep's lies. For the creep was not upon her floor, at the door nor her drawer. The creep was still there in her hands, to strike her at her fullest of its plan. Teddy Bear, the such innocent sight, took Juliette in the deep dark night, for no matter how much she dared to fight, the creep had gotten her, his grasp too tight. A tale of caution, of fright, but what do you think of what bumps in the night? Juliette did, and behold to see what comes down due awaited her Eve. But she cannot be blamed for what did occur. Did all this happen in such a blur? Evil comes in all shapes, different sizes, big and small. It takes on disguises. So sleep well and God bless, for you surely know, if the creeps comes after for you, your death will be slow.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here.
I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video. And I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.